Welcome back to the Darkroom, and this time I'm going to show you what I've got here which you'll be able to use. We have all the facilities a darkroom should need, like running water, a fridge to keep the chemicals cool, and the essential enlarger, which is a magnificent De Vere 5x4 enlarger, which means it takes a negative size 5x4. We have all the necessary trays and tanks and things that you could possibly need, and so we're well equipped. I can offer one-to-one tuition in 3 different film formats. The first is the largest, which is the 5x4 negative size, which is placed in a film holder like that and is used in this magnificent camera, which is a Cambi 5x4 obviously, with adjustable front and back so that you can change the perspective in a shot, with 2 lenses, a number of film backs, here's the second lens, and of course a light meter. And albeit rather heavy, it's fun to use. At the other end of the spectrum we've got 35mm film, which is, those of my age will recognise this as the original workhorse, particularly of news photographers. Fashion photographers might have used something larger, but we all used this and produced 30 inches by 20 inch enlargements from a negative of that size. And that fits in my trusty old workhorse, the Nikon F401, single lens reflex, automatic rewind and automatic exposure as well, so it's got the lot. It's got alternative lenses, telephoto to wide angle to complete the picture. Then in the middle we have my trusty Mamia-Flex RZ67, which takes a negative size 60 centimeters by 70 centimeters, and on this roll film, 120 roll film it's called. Well, actually it's that way up, but not that you'll notice. And it's a lovely format to work with. And this camera has 2 different film backs so that you can change from one film to another during shooting. It has 2 lenses, a telephoto and a normal angle lens. And for those of a really nervous disposition, we have a Polaroid film back. Now I've divided tuition up into 4 modules, each of which can be taken on separate days, although I can devote a whole day if you can devote a whole day, but sometimes it's quite a lot to take in and you need the time to do it. I have a leaflet here which, if you text or email me your name and address, I will post to you, and this outlines all that is on offer here. The first module, Module 1, is taking a shot. Module 2, unsurprisingly, is developing the film, and that involves the use of one of these tanks. Doesn't look very exciting, does it? But inside it are the means of attaching the films, whether they're 35mm, 120 roll film or 5x4 negatives. They can all be accommodated, not at once of course, in this tank. And the fun bit is you've got to load the film onto the spools in complete darkness. Module 3 is contact printing. Now I think this is quite an important stage because it's where you make a direct print from the negative onto photographic paper so that it is the same size as the negative that you took it on. So on 5x4 we're going to be able to do 4 shots on one sheet of 10x8 paper. That goes onto the paper. And this will help you in 2 ways. One is in seeing how best to crop a shot and which sections to enlarge and so on. And the second way is that it'll help you get an ordered scheme for your negatives and prints. Otherwise you just lose everything everywhere. And module 4 is making an enlargement on the lovely Devere 5x4 enlarger, and that is a module that we should allow a couple of hours for, because you don't need to feel in a rush. You do need to experiment with what you're doing and so on. So that's what's on offer, and I do hope to see you soon. But before I go, let me just tell you that we're just outside the market town of Lymington, where there are 2 railway stations within reach, Brockenhurst and Lymington Town, and I'm very happy to pick you up from either. Alternatively, just set your sat-nav to our postcode and you'll find acres of parking which is free here. So, hope to see you soon.